Cordia tries to pass again, but this time Kofor and Devin Bledsoe team up on the side for a big...
Remember that the fight started at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to my UFC 254 predictions and thoughts. I generally don't cover prelim bouts, but this prelim main event is kind of exciting to me, as I was under the impression that both fighters were cut from the UFC. That being said, Stefan Struve versus Tato Iwasa. I think Stefan Struve has looked really good in his last couple of fights, even though in his last one I had him winning all the way to his finish whenever he got finished by Ben Rothwell after those low blows. And Tato Iwasa has dropped his last 3 fights. I'm not really sure how I feel about it, but I have Stefan Struve winning the second round by knockout TKO. To kick off the main card, we have a light heavyweight fight between Magomed, I don't know how to say his last name, I'm not going to try to pronounce it, versus Ian Cutabella, which is the 4th time this fight has been rescheduled ever since their last fight ended in controversy. Cutabella is coming off a finish over Khalil Roundtree, while Magomed is coming into this fight with a 4-fight win streak. And this has a chance to be one of the better fights of the night, but I'm going to take the Hulk, Ian Cutabella, by unanimous decision. Next up, we have a women's flyweight bout between Lauren Murphy versus Lilia Korova. I'm sorry, I know I said that way off. Lauren is coming into this fight with a 3-fight win streak, while her opponent is also on a 3-fight win streak, making her UFC debut. I do not know much about Liliana, but I think I'm going to take the favorite and Lauren Murphy in this fight. The third fight of the main card, we have middleweight prospects Jacob Malkoun versus Philip Howes. I feel like they'd be put in this spot because either one of them getting a win in this opportunity on this card is going to have some mainstream steam behind them. With that being said, I think Howes takes Malkoun's 0 as he stands 4-0 going into this fight and wins by knockout. What is my pick to be fight of the night? We have a heavyweight bout between Alexander Volkov versus Walt the Big Ticket Harris. Walt Harris is coming off a loss to Alistair Overeem, who has looked really good lately, in my opinion, while Volkov is coming into this fight after UD lost to Curtis Blades, where Curtis Blades put on a wrestling clinic. I think this fight will start slow, but as the round goes on, I feel like the Big Ticket will make a statement with a knockout or TKO finish in this fight. In the co-main event of the night, we have Robert the Reaper Whitaker versus Jared the Killer Gorilla Cannonier in a bout that is going to produce the number 1 contender for Israel Adesanya. I think this is one of the more clear-cut title eliminator fights that the UFC has put on in a while, and I don't know why, I just feel like Robert Whitaker is going to pull the trigger like he used to in his old fights, and I'm giving Jared Cannonier the win by unanimous decision. And what we all been waiting for, the main event of UFC 254, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov versus Justin the Hollywood Gaethje. Justin Gaethje probably produced one of the cleanest shutouts you will ever see in a UFC fight, with his win over Tony Ferguson to get him that interim title, which led to this unification bout with Khabib. Khabib has literally dominated everyone in his MMA career, with I think the last round he lost on a scorecard was to Conor McGregor. I still believe Khabib is going to keep his 0 and going to win a dominant unanimous decision with his wrestling.